Hi, welcome to the Quinta, and today we are off on a bit of a journey, so do come along. The idea is that we are going to travel to Lisbon. I'm going to then fly up to France, got some pottering around to do, and return to the UK where I haven't been for nearly a year. Then I'm going to come back. Yay, in theory. Quite a few people have been asking me recently, what's it like to get around Europe? Is it easy? Is it possible? So in this video, we are literally going to find out. Come along for the ride. First part of the voyage, we're off to Lisbon on the train. Was it 4 hours? 4.5 hours? 3 hours and 40 minutes. 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Paragens em Caria, Covilhã, Fundão, Castelo Branco, Rodão, Abrantes, Entroncamento, Santarém, Vila Franca de Xira e Lisboa, Oriente.
So here we are on the train to Lisboa. I stepped out of the carriage so we don't annoy people too much. And we're just going to go and find the buffet car. But the train so far, it's really quiet and comfortable, and yeah, top marks so far. Bom dia. Boa tarde. Filming you, filming me, mate. Oh, it's going fast. Seriously quick. Right, so here we are at Lisbon. Verdict on the train, quiet, numbered seats, antimacassars so you can put your head back, individual lights, individual seats, numbered. Pretty good, really. So we're going to have a look around. I've got to be honest, I feel like a right country bumpkin here. Very weird being surrounded by people that don't say hello, and so much building. Substantially large. Alright, go on then.
Oh, it's dripping. Lovely.
Oh, you're going to be a diabetic by the time you finish that. Okay, well, here I am solo travelling, which is a bit weird because it's the first time for a couple of years, I think, for some reason. And it's going to be the first time in a couple of years I've been on an aeroplane, so that's going to be interesting to see whether that is fairly normal. I'm going to travel on my British passport, which is massively out of date stamped, just to see how far I get without having to prove that I actually have Portuguese residency. So here we go, off to Lyon. Well, that was really easy. I just had to show my QR code twice. No passport checks, no nothing, because we're obviously European Union. And a little x-ray through security, and here we are into the duty free. Not that I need anything. Might have a look. Very weird. You could be absolutely anywhere in the world. Well, it's a muggy old day here in Lisbon. Still, certainly not cold. I'm glad that this morning when we were wandering around, the rain stayed off. So I'm just coming up to the port gate, and got about half an hour to wait, maybe a bit more, get on the plane. Yeah, don't know how much is interesting to film on the plane, really. You just have to show the passport just to get through the final embarkation bit. And I guess we're waiting for a bus because it's hammering it down. private jet.
Thank you.
Okay.
Cabin crew, take off.
Well, that was an Embraer 190. Really felt like a private jet. Very nice. So thank you very much, TAP Portugal. Just coming up to La Frontière Française. So hopefully that'll be a breeze through. Then back to where we just flew over. So are you with us so far? If it looks like I'm the only person in the airport, it's basically the person that I overtook is really holding up absolutely everyone. Quite impressive really how slowly people can walk. We are in Saint-Étienne instead of lovely Lyon because I had to come here and I had to pick up a little bit of paperwork from the prefecture here. I am now in a possession of a ticket to Paris and I am going to go and try and pick up the Eurostar. So yeah, look at this lovely station here in Saint-Étienne. Huh. Let's go and see what the TGV looks like.
Pour le bon déroulement de votre voyage, je resterai en contact avec le chef de bord. Je vous souhaite un bon voyage.
240 kilometers an hour. So here we are, Paris Gare de Lyon. Now I've just got to get across town. One thing, you know, comparing Paris to Lisbon, people just don't smile. You smile at them and it's like, well, welcome to Paris. So here we are at the Gare du Nord, and I have to say that I've been absolutely rammed for the Eurostar ticket, but it's not really about cost, it's about how easy it is to travel, and getting up here was really easy on the TGV, a couple of hours. And I'm going to go and check into the Eurostar and pop over to London, hopefully with no hassle, and I will see you on the train, or at least getting onto it. Very blue. Well, welcome to London. Right, I'm going to go and buy a ticket and then go and get straight on the train, and then I'm going to go have a pint. So I may or may not see you later on. Thanks for coming along. What are you doing? You're not wolves, are you? No. Well, since I'm in the UK and Mum and Dad have got some bees, I'm going to go and have my first ever beekeeping lesson. See how many times I get stung. just about. Can't do it with gloves on.
Where do you want to put it then?
Somewhere down, just down here. So we've got enough room.
So we're taking the super off, yeah?
Yeah.
You want to go
The
first?
other side, because you've got lip.
Can if you like. Don't get your finger in front of the lens.
It's quite heavy. Over there. Yeah, it's got a lot of honey in that one. It's funny, they haven't filled this up again. It's quite peaceful.
Let's see what they're up to. Hello bees. It's nice and warm in there.
It's the block thing.
Oops, that'll
Push you about too much.
irritated them.
Well, no, that'll be alright. There you are, you can look, the shine, where the shiny is where there's honey coming in,
Yeah,
and where there's a white sort of thing, that's a larva.
nice. So yeah, the queen is down
So
the bottom
queen
here.
is doing something.
Hello bee.
Which
Nice.
is very
Do
good.
you want me to separate the next one out?
Yeah, okay, let's
Just chuck them in the end, I guess. That's extremely unfair.
I know it is, isn't it? You just do it. They get stuck. Come on.
Nice. Yes.
Well, see all this is capped stores here.
Yeah, that's lovely. It's nice. I haven't
lots.
actually got that because these gloves are a bit
No,
big.
that's all right,
But they're
I've got
starting to build the comb down, aren't they?
do.
Do you not want to just put
No, it's
keep
sort of
keep
nice
keep
bee
them in
things.
the?
Well, no, you normally just put them outside, but we can do, and then
I
you can
think
push
I'd
them
rather
along.
not have a million flying around. Just, joined it together, haven't they?
Yeah, with the propolis.
Bee glue. Sorry, bees. Yeah,
I know,
they're actually, they're not actually stinging.
they will.
Well, of course they
if
will,
they want
but
to.
but they seem to be quite happy
No,
just
as long as you don't
wandering
thump them
around.
about too much, they're okay.
Yeah. Wow, look at the comb at the bottom
Look
there.
at that. Capped stores.
No queen cup.
I can't see a quick. No, they're just building it down the bottom.
Yeah. Get the next one out.
Maybe come in place.
Yeah. Right, you. I don't want to squish you when I go down.
You
Come
don't need to look at the wall.
here. Yeah. I just manipulate it a little bit each end and then pull it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you hold that. We'll point it vaguely down here. That would be good. It's the first time that I've actually removed. Oh, I should have
A
put
frame.
smaller gloves on.
I know, they're a
frame.
bit big.
Wow, look at that. It's really heavy actually, much
Yeah.
heavier than I thought it was going to be. Absolutely beautiful
Lots
smell.
of stores. You see where there's the wax on
Yeah.
top is where they've covered up the stores.
And they're still bringing a lot of pollen back.
Yep, and nectar.
Did you actually take off the bottom coat?
You don't have to.
This is where I find a random bee still near me.
Yeah, you just have to keep giving an eye.
I'm quite impressed with these little suits because that was quite busy at one stage, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it was. No, they protect you quite well,
Yeah,
fortunately.
yeah. I can see the odd sting that's sort of stuck on it. There we go, and they're all zumbing around. Yeah, nice. Welcome to beautiful Aberystwyth, and I'm going to use this as my starting point for the return to Portugal. So back at Heathrow, Terminal 2, I'm just about to get on the flight to Lisbon. Thank you very much indeed for coming along on this little journey. Really easy getting through security into the airport, you know, honestly no problems. And look forward to seeing you back on the Quinta. Bye for now. Good morning, pigeons. Nice warm eggy peg. Thank you very much, Box. More in here. Wow. Look at these ducky. Ah, look at these lovely eggs. Thank you, pigeons.